Even though my career has been a really good career, it's still like I have to fight that stereotype just because I'm from Flint and because I'm a Black woman.
There's a lot of bigotry that exists. There's a lot of hatred that exists. It's an uphill battle.
A lot of the times when I would go to the matches and shoot the competitions, they didn't have a junior women's event. I competed against the guys.
She went through this growing up, so she's angry and she's mad and she's ghetto. And the biggest stereotype is that women can't fight.
All hail the queen, Clarissa Shields, the fastest fighter, male or female, to win titles.
Boxing kind of came in my life kind of strange. It was like my dad was in the car and he was just venting to me and he was telling me like, you know, my life is so hard right now. I would have never went to prison if I would have stuck to what I was passionate about. And I said, what were you passionate about? He said, boxing. I thought to myself, I want to box so my dad can live some of his life through me. And I remember the first time I walked in the gym, it was two guys in the ring boxing. I just was like, yep, I can't wait to do that.
When I was 12 years old, my mom and I stumbled upon fencing by chance. My mom wanted me to try it out because the athletes had on long sleeves and they had on long pants, and it uniquely accommodated my religious beliefs as a Muslim.
Shooting and hunting have been part of my family for many, many generations. Somebody said, you know, you're pretty good. Why don't you try the club shoot? And before I knew it, I was going to my first Olympics.
When I first turned professional, I thought that I would have to change who I was. They felt like the only way that women could market themselves was to be sexy and to show breast and booty. I almost got discouraged and was going to go into this whole different transformation and start being less outspoken and wearing heels and dresses and just not being who I was. I always kind of made it my business to ask myself, what do you want to stand for?
People forget that Olympians are like everybody else. We have dishes and laundry, and then you add in the factor of being a mom. I was pregnant actually at the London Games. Didn't realize it until I got home. Like any parent, when they find out that they're having a little one, it's life-changing and like scary at the same time because little ones change everything. And then after I had my son, it was just like complication after complication. Very early on, I had an issue where my bones actually separated in the front, and it happens in less than like 2% is what I was told. And I was basically bedridden, had difficulty walking. My husband had to help me get dressed, take showers. And even still, 6 years later, I still go to physical therapy every day.
Good.
When I came in here, how bad would you say I was, Lee? When I first started?
I was amazed that you could still compete because she had pain with walking, bending, lifting her. She couldn't lift her arms. She couldn't rotate her back. I think it was sheer will and determination that was keeping her functioning.
I would say that my faith has always been a compass for me. My faith has really allowed me to understand what it means to believe in God's plan for me, but also how to kind of ignore these things that are out of my control. For too long, the Muslim community has been painted with this one broad stroke of Muslim women being oppressed, being Arab, wearing all black, and not having a voice. And those things are everything that I'm not. I was going to have to use my platform to be an agent of change.
I think the stereotypes with Flint that people have is that Flint is a bad place just because there's a lot of poverty. People are depressed and sad. That's what they think. but Flint is not that kind of city. I used to walk around at baseball games to collect money in a book bag to go to tournaments. A lady who was addicted to drugs, I had seen her all the time. She didn't have any money. She said, as long as you don't give up, I won't give up. And I knew that she was constantly trying to fight her addiction. I was somebody who she looked at as hope. And she never gave up. She never gave up.
When I jabbed and he pulled back and came with the right and he missed, what should I have been ready to throw?
People know something, so you know something's coming. So you pull back, bang, like a hook.
Right, boom.
Growing up in Flint, I think I'm able to look back on it now and was like, wow, you know, I went through a lot. My mom, you know, she was abusing alcohol at the time. My dad was in prison. We were hungry sometimes. It just kind of put me in the mindset that even if today isn't great, you can work on today to make it better for tomorrow.
To go to Rio and to make the team was huge. Knowing that you're competing against everybody else who's 100%. And for me, that was the biggest challenge mentally to overcome. I'm only 2 in. I got 2 more after this. Oh. I had the clearance to walk like no more than a block.
You are all done.
I'm done. Thank you. And then to be in that final and have the opportunity to walk away with the bronze was like winning the gold for me. In Rio at the Olympics, having my son in the stands, cheering, you know, go mommy go, for me is what it's about. It's incredible.
I see this really cool wave of change that's happening for our youth, where they're not going to allow society's limited expectation of them define them.
I represent boxing, but I represent being a strong woman. That it's okay to be whatever kind of woman or girl that you want to be. You don't have to be girly girl. You don't have to be tomboy. Just be whoever you want to be, because you got to celebrate you. You have to let it out.